Hey YouTubers, sorry I'm not dressed a little nicer. I really wasn't planning on doing a video today, but I just stumbled on something. I had to just stop what I was doing and set the camera up real quick and make a video. We've had this leather furniture for about 20 years, and it's just my wife and I. We don't have any kids, although we have had a number of cats in the household over the years. And the leather furniture, we've got a really thick leather, and we believe it to be quality furniture, and it's held up really well. But we have noticed sort of a discoloration, like you see over here on this far cushion, and it was on that cushion, on here, on the armrest, and where I'm sitting now. And this is where I usually sit, and my wife usually lounges on the love seat over here. And we didn't know if this discoloration was an accumulation of dirt, or if it meant that the surface of the leather was worn and maybe it was time to buy new couches. And we've always used Lexol leather cleaner and Lexol leather conditioner, and we clean them, every few months. But I thought, well, let me try a deep cleaning with this cleaner, because at this point, either we want to start looking for new furniture or see if this can be cleaned up. And I'm delighted to say that discoloration is dirt that can be removed with a very gentle cleaner. And so if you've got a similar sort of gray discoloration on your leather furniture, you may want to give this a shot, and you may be able to significantly improve the look of your leather without making any big investment and with very low risk. Now, there is always some risk. Anytime you try to clean something, you may uncover underneath the dirt, maybe your leather isn't in the condition you'd hoped it would be. And certainly if you use something that's too aggressive, you could damage the leather and make things worse. So proceed with caution and at your own risk. But I know for a fact that the Lexol cleaner is safe on this leather. We've been using it for 20 years, and I just sort of stepped up to a little bit more aggressive cleaning approach. Normally we would spray some of this on a damp microfiber towel and wipe it off, and that's fine for routine cleaning. But we've discovered that we were building up more dirt and oil and sweat and stuff on the couch. It was building up faster than we were removing it with just a periodic gentle cleaning. And so today I took a little bit more aggressive approach on this cushion using a soft bristle brush. This is about like if you took a 2-inch paintbrush and just sort of cut the bristles off to where they're about 1 inch long. It's stiff, but the bristles are very soft and don't hurt at all. You could even use this to apply makeup. That's how soft this is. I wanted to be sure I didn't use something that damaged the leather or scratched it in any way. And this is meant for auto detailing, but it did a wonderful job cleaning the leather. And so I'm just amazed at the results I got using a very soft brush and a very mild cleaner. And I think this is going to add years to the life of our furniture. And so, like I said, here's the before, here's the after. Let me walk you through how I did this. Okay, anytime you're working with a new cleaner that you haven't tested and you don't trust, it's always best to try it on a small, inconspicuous area. Like I said, we've used this for many years, and so I know I can trust it. And because this is so dirty, rather than applying it to the cloth and then spreading it on, I'm going to apply this directly because I know for certain it's safe. So I'm just going to spray a generous amount here on the couch and just start working it in with a soft brush. And I'm probably going to have to repeat this process several times. All right, so got a clean microfiber towel. And that's not dye, that's dirt. Look at all that came off that section. I got a little overspray over here. I'm going to clean that up real quick. And you can see this is the color of the cleaner. This is the dirt that's coming up. So I'm going to clean this brush up a little bit. Flip this over, and let's repeat the process. And it looks to be really a heavy buildup right here and right along this edge. I think I'll do one last cleaning, and then I'll wipe it down with a damp cloth to get all of the cleaner out of the leather. Okay, one more wipe down with a damp cloth. Well, there's certainly some dirt left here that I think I could work on, but instead I'm going to go ahead and treat this with conditioner, and I'm going to put as much on here as I can and let it absorb as much as it wants, and keep repeating that process, because not only was the leather dirty here, but it felt sort of stiff, and I think it could use some moisture and conditioning. So I'm going to give it a generous coat of this conditioner and reapply it several times over the next few hours, and then sometime later this evening I'll buff off the excess. And I think what I'll do is circle back and repeat this process in a few months. Give it another good scrubbing and treat it again, and I think I can add years to this sofa, whereas we thought maybe it was done. It turns out it just needed a deep cleaning. So I hope you find this helpful, and if you do, please like and subscribe. And one last time, I do want to caution you, test your product that you're going to use on an inconspicuous area, and always use the most gentle process you can that gets the job done. Don't go in with too stiff a brush or scrub too hard on one area until you see what kind of results you're getting. So I think with a little bit of elbow grease and caution, you can probably make your leather furniture look a lot better.